so beautiful. So today we are talking about priorities. Depending on your season in life, we all have priorities. And yes, I'm getting ready with you guys and I'm talking as well. Today we're gonna do some curls in my hair and we're gonna talk about priorities. This is a girls time. So men, you're welcome to exit if you want. If you want to hear, you're welcome to. But this is a conversation for girls. So basically we are talking about priorities, and all I can say is my priorities have changed with time, and the more I grow, the more I learn, the more I mature, I prioritize myself even more. I prioritize my self-care, I prioritize my well-being, my health even more with time, because I realize that if I don't do it, nobody will. So yeah. And for those of you that are married, being married is not a ticket of stopping, taking care of yourself because the other person is gonna take care of you. That's not true. Being married doesn't equal the other person being responsible for your well-being. It equals you being even more responsible for yourself, because one thing doesn't lead to another. Like, people are confused. And yeah, so yeah, I been taking care of myself since very young, but now that I'm 32, I've been taking care of myself even more, because I realize how much love I have to pour into myself, how much thought I have to put into myself, into what I'm gonna go in life, what I'm gonna do in life. So everything just becomes more important, and I decide that everything that I do is intentional and is for my own best interest, and it has nothing to do with my significant other, although everything impacts him in a way, but all my decisions are based on what is good for me and obviously for the relationship, but mainly I take into consideration my opinion, because you come to this world to be happy yourself. Don't think that because you get married, people are gonna make you happy, or it's their responsibility to make you happy, or don't think that everything is just gonna be perfect. It's not. You make your life perfect by respecting yourself, prioritizing yourself, putting yourself first, filling your cup first, and doing a lot of things first. Like, yeah. So priorities in my priorities now are basically having good health in general, going to the doctor, check myself, by myself, going to the doctor and checking every now and then where I am health-wise, and eating very well. I try to meal prep weekly for myself, and I have my own little diets that I do, my own little things that I do to keep myself healthy and in good shape and everything. By the way, I'm trying to keep track, but I'm gonna show you how to make these curls like this. And yeah, I try to keep myself as healthy as possible and try to do my checkups. Your health is different when you turn 30. Even though you're like a healthy woman, I thought that I could skip the gym for a little while and a little while and a little while, and that caught up. So now I feel like I must go to the gym. It's not like I want to. It's not like it's an option. It's like it's a must. Now it's a must. And now I don't have an option but to go to the gym. So there comes to a time where I will advise you, if you are like 25, even 20, but 20, like, girls are really immature still, in my opinion. You still have a lot to cover when you're 20. But if you're like 25, I would say start building your muscle now. Because you're gonna struggle hormone wise when you're like 30, and your metabolism is gonna change a lot. So if you're 30, it's never too late. I know it's never too late, but it's not the same as if you were to build your muscle when you were like 25. It's gonna be way better to have the muscle already built and just hit your 30s with a lot of muscle. And yeah, because it's a different experience. I'm not saying you have to be bulky or anything. I'm just saying that it will be beneficial to you if you have some muscle. Not to the point where it's bulky, because I hate that. I hate to look bulky or like kind of like fat, but with muscle, I don't like that. I don't like to be like look heavy or anything. But it will be nice if you have some muscle build before your 30s. So yeah, now I have to not start from scratch. I wouldn't say that, but I have to prioritize muscle more than I want to, because I really don't like the gym. If I'm being completely honest with you, I gotta hate it. It's not my thing. The gym is not my thing, but I kind of have to do it if I want to look how I want to look, if I want to have the results that I want to have. And that's it. That's it. That's all to it. If you want to look the way you want to look, want to have the results you want, you kind of have to deal with it. And that's it. There's no other thing to say about it. But I think it's doable when you start early. Like even when you start in your early 30s, it's still very doable. Now, when you come from a family and a background that people don't really exercise at all, it's really hard to fall in love with the gym. And it's really hard to build those habits and all that, because you really don't have them in your DNA. You really just haven't done it. So yeah, I think I started exercising when I was like around 22, but it wasn't like the exercises that I do now. They were more like, going to the treadmill and going to the elliptical. That was kind of like my exercise back then. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't doing weights, so I didn't really build muscle. And I didn't have the money to pay for a personal trainer. And when I finally got the money to pay for a personal trainer, the guy didn't do anything different from what I can learn in YouTube for free. And I was paying this guy for I was paying like $200 and something weekly for 2 days. And I think to myself, well, these that you're telling me, I can learn for free in YouTube, literally. So I stopped paying the personal trainer. I don't think he wasn't as focused as I wanted. Like, I don't know. I think he was a little bit distracted in a way. He will see his phone in between sets. Like, he will kind of like, I don't know, didn't really pay attention. So, I don't know. But it made me realize that I did need help. I just had to help myself instead. So I was spending a lot of money in this guy, and I just didn't get the results that I wanted. So I decided to stop and simply do it myself. However, I struggle a lot with like bad menstrual cycle symptoms that will last up to 15 days. And that's why I told you that you have to build the muscle early, because when these things hit you about your period changes, your hormone changes, and all these things, it's gonna be way more difficult to be consistent in your workouts, in this and that. And this is a real thing with women. Like, we struggle with these things that men don't have to struggle. Men just have to worry about being consistent every day. They don't have to struggle with menstrual cycle changes, hormone changes, cravings, or mood changes. They don't, but you do. So yeah. And I would say, if you're dealing with these things now, let's say that you are 30 now and you are, in a place where you haven't built that much muscle, you haven't built that much strength, but you haven't gave up. And I would say never give up. Never ever give up, guys. Never. Because you're gonna be your worst enemy if you give up. So never, until you're like 90 years old, don't ever give up. No matter what people tell you about your health, that you're too old, or you're too that, or too this, never give up. Never ever. So yeah, my priorities have changed with time. Now my priority is myself, my body, my health, my skin, how I feel mentally. That's number one, basically. My mental health is my priority. There's nobody in the world that will be more important than my mental health. Nothing or nobody will be more important than my mental health. So if there's anything that bothers me mentally, I just take it off my life. I just can't deal with it. I don't have the patience I don't have the time. So yeah, I simply don't. And yeah, my mental health will be number one. I like to take time to read if I can. Sometimes I listen to a book. Most of the time it's like a self-help book. And I like to listen to jazz music a lot of the time. And like a slow jazz, kind of like a bossa nova kind of thing. And yeah, that's one of the things that I like to do for my mental health. Listen to a book, listen to like nice people that know what they're talking about. I like to listen to sermons as well about God, and depending on who is doing the message. But yeah, I've been doing the like this app is called Glorify, and it's pretty good. So I like that one. The app is doing really good because it has like devotionals. But yeah, so I do that. You see guys how pretty it is? And then I like to do this with my spray. Where's my spray? Oh shoot. Well, I have a spray right here. It's like a shine spray. But yeah. Oh, there it is. And it looks so beautiful when I spray this spray. You can buy this in I think you can buy it in Marshall's. But yeah, so you just spray and then you break it, and it looks so nice. I've been wanting to show you guys how to make these, but you see how easy it is? Yeah, it's so beautiful. So yeah, I like to listen to those devotionals, the Glorify app. I like to be very close to God. That helps me with my mental health. I try to put myself over like the house or housekeeping things. Like if I look at my nails and they look really bad, I start like feeling bad and anxious. And I used to put the house over myself. Like I used to clean and deep clean and declare, and the house was looking great, and I was looking ugly and not taken care of. And now I do the opposite. I try to put myself over the house until I'm done with my stuff, because I do everything, guys. I like to save my money that I get for my nails. I like to save it in like a savings account, and instead I learned how to do this, as you can see. Yeah, and these are the Gel X nails, and they last me for like 3 weeks. So I teach you guys how to do all that in later videos. But yeah, as you can see, there's a pile of clothes that I have to fold, but until I'm done with my stuff, I wouldn't touch the house, because yeah, it's for my mental health. That is one of the things. My mental health is one of the priorities for me. So yeah, another thing will be drinking a lot of water. That's another of my priorities. I try to drink at least 40 ounces of water every day. As you can see, I haven't really drank that much today, but I try to go under this thing as much as possible. And yeah, I think 40 ounces is a good goal for like an everyday thing. If you're not a big water drinker, you hate water or things like that, buy yourself a water bottle. And if it's like a crystal glass, even better. This is plastic, but because I don't like the sun hitting the plastic because of the BPAs, but I don't really let it in the sun or anything. But if it's like a crystal, it's heavier, but it's better because your water, if the sun hits it, it will actually become more powerful and better. And yeah, those are the things I love. Just like I said, I don't like the gym. To me, it's like a chore, it's like a work, just like cleaning the house. Who likes it? I mean, some people enjoy it and like enjoy cleaning, which I enjoy after the fact. When I see the house clean, smelling good, yeah, I like that. But during the process, I don't. I don't enjoy cleaning. And I don't know who likes it, but I don't. I mean, I like it when it's done. Yeah, for sure. And I like it how I feel when I'm done exercising, when I'm done walking. But I'm not gonna lie to myself and say that I enjoy it all the way in. Like, I enjoy it when I'm almost done working out, when I'm almost done like cleaning. Yeah, I can see the results for sure. But it's not like, oh, I'm doing it like super smiley and all that. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like it. Same thing with cooking. I'm not gonna lie to myself and be like, oh my god. I mean, I sometimes enjoy cooking. Not even gonna lie. Depending on what I'm cooking, I enjoy it. But if it's like the same old thing or the same kind of like meal over and over, yeah, it's not gonna get me too excited. But it all depends what it is that I'm cooking. So you can see this is how they turn out. But yeah, I think to me the most exciting thing out of exercising, I would say walking. It's when I'm walking outside, especially because when I'm walking inside, it's not exciting at all. When I walk outside in the nature, it's nice. Even though it might be hot, I like it because I'm seeing the nature, the butterflies. I see so many butterflies when I'm walking, and that helps me with my mental health as well. So seeing butterflies every day that I walk or every time that I walk helps me so much with my mental health. And it's like, yeah, it's like a fantasy thing, but I see them really. Like, I see all colors, yellow, green, all kinds of colors, and that just makes me feel really good. But another thing will be to priorities. Like, priorities, I have so many that have changed over time. But for example, yeah, my health, my economy as well is one thing that I prioritize. I try not to leave any of my savings accounts in zero. I try to always like replenish whatever I'm spending. And if I take out of my, you know, not savings, but the emergency fund, I try to put it back as soon as possible. But yeah, priorities, I don't think I will ever stop working because I like to make my own money and I don't like people telling me what to do. And I'm very like a person that loves doing her own thing. And yeah, I really just like my independence in general. So yeah, and I feel like you always have to have a project in mind, even if you're really old and you think that you're really old, that you want to retire. I feel like you always have to have a project in mind, because when you think that you're like old enough to retire and things like that, then your mind tells you that your life is over, basically, that you don't have nothing to strive for anymore, so might as well die, right? So that's why you always, even if you're 90 years old, always have to have something to strive for, like a project, something. Even if you change your mind about your career when you're old, I don't think I'll retire really early. I'll probably change careers, but I wouldn't retire early. Just because I always want to have something in my mind to strive for, like a project. I don't know. Maybe something about traveling the world will be nice to have. But who knows? I'm a person that my priority right now when it comes to work is doing my life purpose, which is helping people right now, which I already, and I have another career, but I feel like this is way more rewarding than my career. But my career is rewarding. It's just not as rewarding as doing YouTube. For some reason, like, doing YouTube is so rewarding for me. It's what I want to do. It's what I want to talk about. It's things that interest me, like helping women, guiding women. And yeah, so I didn't really have that growing up. I didn't have nobody to talk to, nobody that can guide me in life. And I was a little lost. Yeah. So I hope with these videos you don't feel as lost, because sometimes, yeah, we have independent situations that are different, that doesn't apply to everyone. But I hope maybe you take one or two things out of every single video that you see from me, and you can guide yourself from that and help yourself from that. But yeah, and yeah, I think you guys have to try walking in the morning. When the morning is like 9 or 10 is the best time to walk, because the sun is fresh. It's not like killing. If you live in like a sunny area, and it's fresh in the morning, it's like a breeze, a really nice breeze. So it's very doable to do it in the morning. And you're gonna see so many little butterflies, like everything, like the weather is perfect. So I just love that. And yeah, every time I've done it in the morning, like a 9 or 10, it's always been like a nice experience. I did it at 3 once, and it wasn't as nice. It started raining, the weather wasn't nice, I didn't see no butterflies, nothing, and it just wasn't nice. And there was a lot of traffic. Well, you might think at 9 there was a lot of traffic, but the neighborhood that I was walking was like kind of like an empty street, where there was not a main street there. So yeah, another thing that I like that I take as a priority. I have my own system as far as routine goes and habits go, and I had to change a lot of habits that I had before. Like before, I used to sleep in for many hours, and I didn't wake up early, didn't have no system literally. But now I have a system where I wake up at a certain time, and I, have written down every action that I have to take and how long does it take me. And even though you might think it's like, oh, that's too much to do, that's way too much, you might need it. If you have a chaotic routine right now, you might need a more structured routine, and start writing down what is it that you need to do in the morning to achieve your goals and where you want to be in life. And yeah, and you might need to do it step by step, like put in a piece of paper, how long does it take you to wake up, how long does it take you to make breakfast. And if you have kids, if they're 5 years old or older, you just start, and I don't have kids, but that's how I would do it. If they're like 5 years old or older, you're gonna start making them responsible for things. Because if you don't, then you're gonna have to deal with that for the rest of your life, and the partner is gonna have to deal for the rest of their life because you never really raised them well how you were supposed to. So you're gonna have to start making them responsible for their own things, like organizing the room, or doing their own laundry, or putting their laundry in the basket, things like that. Yeah, I feel like you should teach them that early on. If you don't want a headache when you're older, you should do that. But yeah, this is the final result. Let me show you how it looks. I hope you like it. This is how I do my curls all the time, like half straight, half curl. It's very easy, as you saw. It's not that hard, and I always use this 1-inch curling iron. Super cheap, it's like 20 bucks, but it's all about technique. And yeah, this is how it comes up. So yeah, guys, so just letting you know what I did as far as my makeup. I like to put toner, any toner that you have, preferably something hydrating, and I put 1 drop or 2 of castor oil in the same cotton pad. And then I like to clean it, which I already did. And now I'm gonna put my vitamin C. This is a little bit weird as far as, because it's Korean. I got it in Marshall's. It's called Ample N, something like that. But it's very much hydrating, which I like. And I just apply this. And yeah, usually I like to put these as well, but I forgot. That way my hair doesn't get in the way. But so yeah, guys, I prioritize my skin a lot as well. But skin, it's more about what you eat and what you drink as far as water. on how much water you drink, it's gonna determine how healthy your skin looks. But also the products you use have an influence on that as well. But water is the most important thing, which I try to drink as much as possible. Sometimes I forget because just like the gym is something I don't like doing, but I know it's what I have to do. Which we all know, right? We all know what we have to do, but it's hard when you just don't like doing it, you know. And then as far as the other step will be SPF. I'm doing the La Roche-Posay tinted mineral, and I just put like 2 drops like that. And I always try to do SPF even if I'm not outside, because you just never know, right, when you're gonna go outside. So I'd rather have it on under my makeup than not, because at least when you're in your car driving and the sun hits your face, it's not gonna be as damaging as if you didn't have anything at all. Because you think, oh, I'm not going outside, I work in the office or things like that. Yeah, you work in the office, but when you're driving is when the sun is hitting you the most, and you're not realizing that, but it's true. I don't apply moisturizer. What I've been doing, I just been putting primer, because if I put primer and moisturizer, it's gonna be way too heavy, and I don't like the feeling like heavy. So, and this primer is like a moisturizer in a way. It has vitamin E, and yeah, it actually says all-in-one primer and moisturizer. There you go. Is this one from, I think, Bobbi Brown? Yeah, Bobbi Brown. Yeah. So there you go. So you apply this. And I like to do my eyes, under my eyes where I can crease, and over here as well. So yeah, guys, I have a lot of priorities, mainly mental health, diet, and exercise, but health as well, like going to the doctor, checking in, see if you're okay. It's important, you know, because you only have one body, so you have to take care of it. Another thing I do, just, I don't know, it's hard to pick up doing my makeup and show you what I'm doing and talking, but I'm getting used to it. So yeah, it's hard to maintain a balance in life where you're kind of like working, making money, and taking care of your significant other, because that's what I do, and that's why I have to replenish myself so much, because I literally wake up at 4, make his breakfast, make his lunch. I do a lot of things in the back end for him. And I talk about me a lot, and I don't really talk about how much I do for my, for my husband, but I do. So by the time I'm done, I'm drained from doing so much. I have to do his meal prep, waking up at 4 a.m. to do his, lunch, to do his breakfast, then come back and, be a wife, because that's what you are, right? But then I don't really talk about all of this. But yeah, those are things that I do all the time. And then also, intimately, you have to be there for your husband, if you didn't know. But yeah, those are things that you as a wife have to do, but nobody really notices. Nobody really talks about. But then if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna be drained, and there's not gonna be nothing left for you. And then you're gonna have to pick up the pieces, because that happened to me in one season in my relationship, where I had to kind of like, I let myself go a little bit for a little while, and I was just taking care of my husband, and then I let myself go, literally, and I realized that this is not good. This is not okay. And we almost kind of like fall apart because of it. When I stopped taking care of myself, we almost fall apart. And it was because of that, because I stopped taking care of myself. So it's not a bad thing that you're a little bit selfish in the relationship, because the more you take care of you, the more love you put in yourself in the relationship, the better your relationship will be. Because then you're not gonna have self-hatred for letting yourself go, and also your partner is not gonna hate you for letting yourself go, because that's one thing that nobody talks about. You are responsible for letting yourself go or not. You are responsible for eating well, cooking for you, meal prepping, doing your makeup, doing your hair, making sure you don't gain a pound. They're not, because you live in your own body. They live outside, right? So why would they be responsible? But my thing is, that's why you have to be a little selfish when it comes to keeping a balance in life. Because at the end of the day, you're the only one that can keep yourself up. And when you're depressed, or when you have like a menstrual cycle symptom, or when you feel bad, those days that we don't feel good, nobody's gonna pick you up. But you have to be there for yourself. And that's when all the self-care, oh shoot. Oh gosh. And that's when all the self-care will come in. I don't know what happened there. I mean, all the self-care that you've done, this is why it will help you. Because when you need the most, you're gonna build such a good foundation for self-care that you're gonna be able to pick up yourself up really quick, and not being there like trying to get over the issues that we might face as women that nobody understands other than us. So yeah, but believe me, never ever let yourself go. Not for anybody, for you, because you're totally worth of that love. And also, if you feel like your partnership is not balanced as far as your marriage, you need to talk to your husband and talk about things, like talk about that you're not happy in a certain way. You need to talk. If you don't talk, nothing will get fixed in the relationship. So, but yeah, we're not talking about marriage. We're talking about priorities. So, yeah, priorities I do is I meal prep a lot. I try to meal prep once a week. So what I would do, I would take a day that is meant for cleaning and cooking, and I will spend the day meal prepping and cleaning, cooking, and doing laundry, basically. But yeah, it's all about what is important in your life at the moment, because nobody can tell you what's important or not. You're the only one that knows what's important. But usually it's your health, the number one thing. Sorry, I have to stop talking just to concentrate. And what I like to do, I like to highlight the areas that I get dark the most, like the marionette lines. And I started doing something different for my nose. I like to highlight the whole thing, the point, up to here, up to there, I think. Yeah, something like this. So yeah, guys, priorities change, I feel like, in every season of your life, because when I was in school, all my priorities was like studying, having good grades and things like that. But in life you have seasons and everything changes, and then you're not the same person anymore that you were like 5 years ago, not even 2 years ago. You're never gonna be the same person. Like, you're always evolving, and you're always like changing. In my perspective, we're always changing. So yeah, your priorities will change every day, every time, every day. But yeah, for example, for me now, I would like to travel more. It's more of my priority now, and dedicate time to build experiences and build memories. Whereas before was more like, okay, study, make money, also survive. But that's not my priority now. Because when you're trying to make surviving your priority, you're literally not doing things right. Like, first of all, why are you trying to survive? Like, I mean, why not? I mean, let me word it the right way. Why are you making your priority surviving? I think you're just, something is not right when your priority is surviving. Something is not right, whether in your thinking, in the way you're doing things, in the way you're approaching life. Something's just not clicking. And you need to find out what it is. That's all you need to do. So yeah, do not make surviving a priority, because that's when you know when something is wrong. First of all, why are you trying to survive? Is it, yeah, I mean, I understand, because I've lived through it. But then when you feel like your time is so limited that you have to he can choose and this and that, it's because you're prioritizing other people over you. Like, you're probably giving your time away to random people, random, I don't know, random guys, random relationships, people that have nothing to do with you. And that's why you don't have enough time. Because when you think about it, if you're like a woman that likes to work, you're gonna be able to have time for yourself in the weekends, even with a, you know, with a full-time job that pays like minimum wage. But you shouldn't always, you know, have to be feeling like you're like nothing is enough. If you're feeling like things are not enough, like money is not enough, time is not enough, like you're always kind of like striving for time because you don't have enough time, something is wrong. You're probably with a random guy that is taking up your time. You should always, honestly, just be alone. Until you know that you're gonna get married, just be alone. Be alone. Because people, especially guys, are gonna waste your time. And we don't have time. As women, we don't have time to play games. We don't have time for nothing. We have time to enjoy life, to be the best version of ourselves, and to take care of ourselves, and to travel, and to enjoy and live a good life. But we don't have time for nonsense. We don't. So start prioritizing your time. That's another thing. Prioritize your time. Like, your time is your money, your beauty, your youth. Your time is everything. You do not want to waste it with random people that don't give a shit about you. Please. Time is money, time is youth, time is beauty. That's one thing that, yes, I almost forgot to mention, but thankfully I remember. Time is money, time is beauty. Time is so important. More than you think about. More than you think about. So, do not waste it with random people. Do not give your time to anybody. Like, no. That's a big no-no. Do not. And yeah, guys, look at this. This is laser. I did my brows years ago, like a microbleeding thing, and now I'm lasering it to try to go away. But this is the mark it leaves. So don't do your brows, because look at how they look. I mean, you can always put makeup on, but that's not the idea that I wanted in the first place. So yeah. So yeah, guys, time is of the essence when you're a woman. When you're a woman, time is everything. Literally. Literally. So I advise you to build yourself career-wise, economy-wise, and everything. And then look for a partner. But Do not look for a partner until you already built, until all your things are together, basically, and everything in your life looks good. Then yeah, guys. And if you're young and you have a boyfriend or something, I'm sorry, but my biggest advice will be to just break up. If you know that sometimes we know deep inside that we're never gonna marry this person because of the way they are, they're already giving us like red flags or anything, I would say just break up. Be by yourself until you know you want to get married. Because you're just gonna waste years of your life, and you're gonna give away a lot of your youth and time to random people that are not worth it. And then when you hit like 30, 35, you're gonna be like, why the hell did I do that? But it's up to you at the end. You live and you learn, right? Sometimes we have to hit the wall to be able to learn a lesson. And that's fair too. Some people learn by doing. And that's fair. It's all fair. When I give advice to people these days, I always tell them, hey, at the end is your choice, and at the end is your life. I used to get mad if people didn't do what I wanted them to do, because I love them. I didn't want them to go through anything. But at the end, I realized that people are gonna do what they want, and sometimes they have to struggle. They have to live bad experiences in life for them to learn a lesson. And maybe I did too. Maybe people in the past gave me advice and I didn't took it. I don't remember, because I always been like a person that listens a lot to what people say, but with a grain of salt, right? I don't listen to just anybody. It has to be somebody that I know that love me, that care for me, that is there for me. I just don't listen to random strangers, like, or not random strangers, but I don't listen to people I know that don't have the best interest for me. So yeah, and I usually do a little bit of setting spray. And a little bit of this. So yeah, and but it's never too late. It's never too late, guys, to learn from your mistakes. Even if you're 40 years old or 50, as long as you learn someday, I don't think it's ever too late. But you have to learn eventually. Just can't be making the same mistake forever and waiting different results, right? You just can't do it like that. Yeah. Just have to have a limit until when do I need to keep learning the same mistake? How many times do I need to go through the same thing to learn something? How many times? And I always do, this is new to me for my makeup routine, but I've been lining my lips. Oh, this is not new. I always done it, but I use these instead of something else I used to do before, but let me show you. And I take this color, which I love, and I just do the middle first, and then the edges last, very softly, because I wanted what I did first to show as well. So I do the middle, and then the edges. And yeah, this is how I look. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys took out of something, out of this video that helped you. And yeah, you live and you learn.